Okay, let's board.
Hello, Captain.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Bomani.
Remain calm. You're human.
No shit. No, can't you see? I'm actually a weird scary monster with tentacles.
Clearly you're not. You're obviously human, but how are you here? We didn't know any others left Earth.
Oh.
Imagine what's going through these poor people's minds right now. There's no reason to tease.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader.
Is this like a time slip thing?
And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Or someone who went somewhere very far away and then just got back. What is this ship?
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
I'm Calvin, I'm here to help.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
So this is probably like a ship that went off in a different direction and didn't find anything, and then while the other ships settled down into other planets. Your communications didn't work, why is that?
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
How did you all survive for 200 years?
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
So you know about the people on the surface?
We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans.
Wait, so like Solomon Cole was Sam's like what, great grandfather or whatever, so that was like 4 generations ago. So that's probably about like 200 years, and so these guys just did like nothing basically. Incredible, 200 years? How did it take you so long to get here?
Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did.
You know those others are human beings, and they were here first.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Oh, there's more people.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to
We
the
were
bridge.
never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
Just stay out of trouble.
Welcome to the Earth.
What kind of old world technology do you guys people have?
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Huh. Nope.
In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened.
That's pretty much what happened.
So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were
Never seen a
told that
ship
it was
like
the
yours
largest,
before.
most advanced
Then
ship
again, I
ever
haven't seen any
constructed on
ships
Earth
before
at
you
the
arrived.
time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change it.
Don't fire that here. What's the matter with you?
Now that we know what's out there, things are gonna be more interesting for
I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
No matter what the future holds, I think I'll always be more comfortable in space.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Okay, fine.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it.
How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Is it difficult being captain for a colony ship?
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
Sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
So, in other words, I'm running back and forth between you two. What's wrong with your communication system?
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Sounds like you're just trying to offload. Sounds like you're just trying to offload the hard parts to someone else.
No, not at all. We simply have no other options. With no working communications and no way to head to the surface, we need outside help negotiating with the settlement we've spotted below. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
Why not just find another planet?
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
I'll try, but diplomacy may require compromise.
Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Which one should I pick? It's one of these two. Perimeter 2's huge, why not just settle for the other side of it, far away from the others?
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
Are you out of your mind? There's no way they'll go for that.
I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
Good luck with that, guys.
I've seen a ship like yours before. But then again, I haven't seen many ships.
Captain's quarters.
Just stay out of trouble.
ECS. ECS constant. Now, I feel like this is the only time that we'd be able to get this. Deal.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Are you sure about that? Great expectations.
Brackenridge. That sounds so familiar. Something from history slates that I've read. Oh, I feel I should know who this person is, but somehow it's escaped my memory.
Brackenridge.
Now that we know what's out there, things are good.
Yeah, I'm exploring your ship first.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for...
They must still farm, right? Maybe even plant stuff in the ground like the predator.
They've got to.
I'm glad you're not an alien, but that would have been so cool.
I'm happy for the children, that they will know we're not alone out here.
Antique computer. Ah, can I not just jump down? That'd make it so much easier. Damn it. Fine, loading screen it is.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Hey. And to think, all this time we thought we were alone.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some...
Let's check out that, we can rock it for now. We don't really need the carry capacity right now.
sort of alien or something.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
Let's open his terminal. I'm the goddamn captain. What do you mean access denied?
Capacitor NCC 171.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
There's so much
I mean,
more
I have
to
the
learn
feeling that
about
I'm gonna have to kill all of you.
I wonder what else is out there.
This is a named person, Janet Yang.
Of course.
Wow, you're new?
This must be how the colony ship
Weird.
kept itself fed over all these
Hey,
years in space.
Wasn't expecting this. I guess I should introduce myself? I'm Janet. What's up? You?
What's up, you? Hold up.
See you, I guess.
I just want you to face me.
I've heard about you, but here you are.
Wow. Hi.
That was a weird jump.
Hey, Miss Julia, can we watch
Oh. Wow, you're new?
Yeah.
I guess I should.
Want to join my crew?
Choice time, if you can convince the other children.
Really? Yeah. Hey, everyone, Miss
I'm just going around trying to freak people out.
Well, you're doing a good job of it, I'd say. We're not used to people from the outside, but you probably figured that out. Anyway, I can take a break to chat if you want.
What's it like living on a colony ship?
Oh my god, it's terrible. I don't know how my parents did it, knowing they would never, ever get to leave until they died. Every day, you see exactly the same things. The same people do the same job. It's all
Join
the
my
same.
crew.
All the time. Seriously, the only thing that kept me going was knowing that we were the generation who knew we'd finally get the hell out of here. Although now that we're here, nothing seems to be happening. Sometimes I wonder if my sister was the lucky one.
Do I ask this? Surely it can't be that bad. This standstill will be resolved soon and you can move on.
Maybe so. Look, I'm just frustrated with all this. I'm venting. Let me vent, please.
I like Janet. What do you do here?
Certainly not what I want to do.
What do you mean by that? You may need to elaborate.
I mean, I hate this job, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm the cultivation manager. Fancy words for farmer and fertilizer collector. I didn't have a choice. Most people don't. You get a job, and that's it. Like, I'm great at what I do, but I would enjoy doing literally anything else. Meanwhile, my sister Julia, she gets to hang out with kids all day and watch movies. The kids I couldn't care less about, but she doesn't even care about Earth culture. Ugh.
Let's ask about her sister.
Oh my god, it's terrible. Every day. Seriously, Although now that we're here...
Your sister? You mean Julia?
Ah, so you've met her. No, not Julia. Julia and I were actually triplets with our sister Jen, but the ship ran out of one of her medications and she didn't make it. Sucks, but it is what it is. We only have so many supplies, we couldn't exactly get anything new along the way. Anyway, it happened a long time ago. I don't really feel that she's lucky. I'm just frustrated.
We didn't actually talk to Julia, so... I might just skip back to talk to her. Oh, this is actually a lift. I thought this was like a storage room. Julia?
I heard you came from outside.
Julia, yeah.
Hello there. Given that I don't know you, you must be this visitor I've been hearing so much about. I'm Julia, the Constant's chief historian. It's nice to meet you on this momentous occasion.
I heard all you do is hang out with kids and watch movies. Is that so?
You must have been speaking with my sister. There's more to it than that. Officially, I'm assigned to the role of chief historian. Generations ago, it used to be lawkeeper of humanity, but that seemed a bit too lofty. While I don't think my job is as important as captain, engineering officer, or cultivation manager, it's still vital to our mission.
Do you enjoy what you do?
I do. But sometimes it's frustrating to convince some people that my job is important, since it's not directly related to our continued survival. There was a time where I thought my sister was the lucky one, running the hydroponics farm and being responsible for feeding everyone on board. But I grew to like my work, and working with children is nice, especially since I'll never have any of my own.
Sorry if this is too personal, but why can't you have children?
It's okay. I don't mind you asking. I'm actually proud of my choice. It's a great honor to give up one's ability to have a family so that others may. As you can imagine, a population limit is a necessity on board a colony ship.
Well, that doesn't really apply anymore.
I made my choice long ago to give others the chance to have a larger family should they wish. Though, I suppose I don't need to worry about that now. Maybe it's time to consider it.
You were assigned?
Of course. Everyone was assigned their roles here. We don't choose our roles, since there are only so many of us, and every job is critical. Someone has to prove themselves either exceptionally bad at their job or exceptionally good at another in order to be moved. But that rarely happens.
Can you tell me more about the duties of the chief historian?
I run the educational programs aboard the ship for all the children and any adults who are looking to learn about Earth history.
So you basically watch movies.
We try to have group sessions some evenings where we read old Earth literature, watch old films, listen to music, and the like. So yes, I hang out with children and watch movies, but it's more involved than that. We historians are charged with keeping Earth culture alive, so that we never forget where we came from.
It sounds like important work.
Thanks for saying so.
Can you tell me more about the Constant?
As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
Why is this ship called the ECS Constant?
ECS stands for Earth Colony Ship. We wanted a fairly inclusive name to represent the planet, and not a particular nation of origin. There was an old colony ship that sailed across the oceans of Earth from a country called England to settle on a new continent. It was called either the Susan or Sarah Constant. No one seems to know for sure, so ours was shortened to just Constant. Ironically enough, that ship also reached what they thought was new land, and found it populated when they arrived. As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
How long have you been traveling?
Well, we launched Tuesday, September 27th, 2140. So, about 190 years now. Would have been longer, but it turns out we have an ace navigator who saved us some time with some tricky maneuvers.
Who were the original crew of the Constant?
We're the descendants of wealthy elites, intellectuals, artists, scientists, and others who left Earth in 2040 to spread humanity to the stars. The thinking was that Earth's days were numbered for a variety of reasons. Our finder, Rupert Brackenridge, had the foresight to plan for the worst. Thus, he constructed this colony ship to settle what seemed like the most habitable planet we could find, knowing full well it would take generations to reach. We suspected that we may have been the only ones to leave Earth, given that no one else seemed to have the same idea. I'm glad we appear to be wrong.
It's okay, I think I know enough now.
You know where to find me if you ever want to know more. Another time, then?
Alright, I'm gonna head back to my ship.
Lots of cool space.
And we're going to quick save. God damn it, indestructible. Guess we're not killing them then. Okay, let's go back to Paradiso.
Hello, and welcome back. Mr. Tofik, I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort.
That's kind of creepy.
Patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer you today?
Actually, a question. Usually when I come here, the shuttle takes a certain route, showing me the beauty of this world. But this time, our entries seem to take longer, and we pass by a lot more open water. Was there something wrong with...
Can we see the ship from here?
I heard the rumors of a ship in orbit.
Please allow me to apologize for this inconvenience. This alternate entry was required due to a meteor shower affecting the usual descent route. Nothing to worry about. To make up for this, allow me to credit your account with a 15% discount on spa amenities. Once again, we are dreadfully sorry.
It's okay, Viator. I know you're programmed to be overly concerned with your service.
I just want to listen to their conversation.
Why, but thank you for crediting my account anyway.
Okay. Oh, this building's actually pretty huge. Wait. Uh-oh.
Paradiso is absolutely beautiful. Can you possibly imagine a more tranquil place for a resort?
Not to be a downer, but this place is almost too perfect, right?
Oh, this looks like a lovely place for a stay. Might also be the perfect time to stop for some food or a tranquility. Where should we begin?
Need something?
You're a resort. Why do you have so many weapon cases here?
Welcome to Paradiso Gift Shop and Convenience. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me.
That's what you have for sale.
Ugh. You're going to make me do stuff, aren't you?
Not that interested.
Okay. Thanks for shopping.
I would...
Alright, guess we're going to the executive floor, bro.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I kinda do. You have a problem with the ship in orbit, and I'm here to help.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
What can you tell me about the board members?
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them. because they chill at their own private secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say.
What were your thoughts when the ECS constant showed up?
People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
What's it like working for Paradiso?
I can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in. So, it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps too.
I'm ready to go to the boardroom.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Okay. I'm actually just going to pause the recording for a second. Okay, and I'm back. I just had to stop the recording because I didn't want it to go on for too long.
On the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Alarm's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
You guys done?
Unless you're here to talk business, I'm afraid I can't spare much time.
Jesus.
Don't just imagine paradise. Live it in Paradiso.
Hello? I didn't realize Kiwi was letting people in here. Right, back to work.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit.
If it's not important, bring it up with Kiwi.
I understand you're the man I need to talk to about the strange ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Nice. Sure, whatever. It's brilliant.
Sarcasm isn't nearly as powerful a tool as some think it is. But you're right. No one's gonna buy aliens. Remind me to fire the marketing team. So, tell me, what's the actual deal with this massive eyesore of a ship, besides scaring people away?
Old Earth colonists, desperate to settle after 200 years. I'm sure you can exploit that. Or no. What would you say if I told you it really was an alien mothership here to destroy the planet?
I'd say you're full of it and might have been watching too many movies. Now, instead of wasting my time, want to tell me what it really is?
It's a generation ship full of colonists from Earth, here after 200 years' journey.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Cease to exist? Are you suggesting that I destroy the ship?
No, I'm not suggesting anything.
I tried to destroy a ship,
our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will.
Why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet or something?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
I understand your point from a business stance, but I disagree.
And that's within your right. But as the CEO of Paradiso Group, I'm the one who has to make and approve decisions around here, not you. So, as much as I appreciate your feedback, it's not in the best interest of the Paradiso Group to take it into account.
Hold up. This is bothering me.
Now. Let's circle back around ASAP, though.
Let me get off this table.
You're lucky I'm not like the other board members, lazing about the beaches without a care in the universe.
So about the colony
ship. You've made
ship.
your decision. We can help them resettle here and work off their debt, or we can outfit their ship with a grav drive at your own personal expense.
Oh, I missed out some of the options then. What if after all this they continue to insist that their claim to this planet predates yours?
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
Hypothetically, what would make a ship like that go away?
I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far.
We are not killing them.
Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing? Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
No, it's true.
Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things. And you've made your decision. We can help them resettle here and work off.
I guess that's what that engineering
drive at your
computer was.
Personal expense.
I'll buy the grav drive and convince him to settle elsewhere.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck. Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
Okay, this is like the third recording session. It's been about 6 days since I last played this game. But I brought back Sarah from the spirit world because she keeps disappearing every time we load into the game. And we're going to talk to this guy here.
Oh no, Hope Tech needs brave new innovations. We're so much more than space freight.
I hear you're an expert with grav drives and other ship parts. I need to ask you for a favor.
Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Oliver Campbell sent me. I'm hearing about a grav drive for an old colony ship.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you.
I just did.
Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible, with some minor adjustments. It's in good shape too. Parts not cheap though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor and it's yours.
Yeah, I saw this coming. Ooh, persuade. Let's back out.
Wait, we still have business to discuss.
Yeah, I need to drink some wine though. We'll drink that. And then now we'll persuade.
Hello. Ah, right.
Persuade.
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
Surely the profit you'd make doesn't compare to the freedom you'd be giving these people.
Maybe it is selfish of me to demand such a price. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work.
That seems reasonable. Thank you.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people.
So
Pleasure working with you.
We're just gonna assume they're up for this. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to fast travel there.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
So I actually already edited the first part of this video, and apparently I did some Googling, and on the wiki I looked at the timeline of things. Apparently these idiots left Earth in 2140, and the grav drive got built in 2141. So these guys literally just missed the grav drive by like a year. Idiots.
Hello.
Okay, let's force you to a new place. Who am I talking to?
We've got strict rules around here. Other strict
Up. Ugh, oxygen. Is it because of that wine I took? Maybe. Engineering. Hello.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to make do with inelegant solutions to complex technical problems. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our
a
poor
year
old ship?
after you idiots left. We have a tech called a grav drive that allows the ship to bend space.
I knew it. It's incredible! I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today.
I get it. You want to know about what's changed since your ship departed.
Indeed. Thank you for being so kind and indulging me. You must understand how thrilling this news is for someone like me. Someone who suspected this encounter was, in fact, possible.
If your predecessors knew about grav drives, why didn't they wait for it instead of setting out?
Ah, great question. I do not know for sure, but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way.
With a ship this old, do you have any good heroic engineering stories?
Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. The computer that controls the reactor's various regulators. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of turning into a mess of hot slag. I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown. And that's how I became the boss around here.
You said you had more questions for me?
Yes! So many! Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time.
I could bring you to meet a Terramorph. No sentient life as far as we can tell, but plenty of diverse living creatures.
Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster, more advanced technology and had leapfrogged us. Seems I was right.
No terraforming, but there are colonies on inhospitable planets. We just use HAB units and suits.
I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire planet seems improbable. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly limitless habitable planets to choose from out there.
Well, not everyone has ships, but many do.
Haha! I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Simply amazing! In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources.
That's all the question and answer time I have for now.
Ah, thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I can have a bit of a big personality, I'm told. So let me know if I ever get on your nerves.
I'm supposed to help you prep the ship for a grav drive.
What grav drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
Ready as can be.
Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
Okay, so I had to talk to him a few times to write that down. So first we go to computer alpha here. And then divert power from turbopump port to a cryogenic radiator auxiliary. Okay.
And you definitely said that. I remember.
And then this is beta. To 5%.
Alpha.
That work?
Okay.
Maybe. And then Gamma. Okay. Let's see what I wrote down here. Decouple magnetic flange. Pipe enclosures, I guess. Decouple. Wait, hold up. Which system would you like to ingest? This one. Decouple. Was it that one? Couple from auxiliary module assembly was the one, I think. Okay.
Looks like everything is good to go. Both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation? Thanks.
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
We were never trained to
Wait, let me
address
quick
threats
save
coming from
for a
outside our
second.
ship.
I wanted to check something. What happens if I just steal stuff? Because technically, when you steal stuff from the UC, you get a bounty. If you steal stuff from Freestar, you get a bounty. Or you get arrested, or you get a bounty.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
But these guys aren't part of anyone.
Then again,
so...
I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
If I were you, I'd put that back.
I'll be confiscating this.
Huh, damn it.
Just stay out of trouble.
You just stripped me. I was wearing that captain's uniform. Stole it back. Anyways, let's talk to the captain.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Ooh, actually. This isn't stealing. Or breaking and entering. Captain's bridge computer. Messages. Engineering malfunction. Got the situation under control, Captain. Turns out there was a slight misalignment in engine bay 6 causing all the rumbling. We were able to scrounge up some scrap metal and secure it. Luckily, Zeus Scout was small enough to climb in there to weld it in place. Else we would have to rip up the lavatories to get at it. And I know that wouldn't have sat well with anyone on board. But anyway, job's done and hey, no more shaking. I'm in. Read what to do. I'm out of ideas. The first few ships we saw when we arrived were quick to divert away from us. The one that stopped and seemed to want to communicate with us left after a few failed attempts. You said the signal came through all garbled. It could be whatever language the creature speaks, or it can be an incompatibility with our comm systems. You isn't sure. If we still had the landing craft, we could just venture down on ourselves. We even tried something called Morse code that Julia suggested out of an old book. It's basically a message conveyed by flashing our lights on and off at various intervals. But either they aren't able to decode it, or worse, no one's even looking. I could use your counsel. Captain Diana Breckenridge. I believe our best course of action is to remain here and keep waiting. Whoever, or whatever they are, they're bound to attempt a docking procedure with us at some point. They may be equally worried. I recommend preparing a select welcoming party when it occurs. We should be careful, but welcoming. You've done a wonderful job briefing the crew and maintaining order. Keep at it. We will get through this. Mapari? Urgent message from the captain. Oh, I guess this is, I'm reading this in reverse order. Beloved crew of the ECS Constant. First, the exciting news. We have arrived at New Jamestown. The mission our forebears initiated hundreds of years ago. It's a resounding success. However, with no landing craft, we remain stuck in orbit. The plan was always to dismantle parts of the Constant once we arrived in orbit and attempt to reconstruct a new landing craft. However, we have also learned that the planet appears inhabited. Before we jump to conclusions, we cannot say with certainty this is alien life. So far, efforts to communicate has not succeeded. Our goal is now to attempt to meet with them and arrange transport rather than risk undue damage to our current home. Then we can negotiate our rights to the planet. Thank you for remaining calm in these uncertain times. Captain Diana Breckenridge. Aliens! Oh my god, Diana! You never said aliens could be a possibility. What do we do? I'm hyperventilating here. They're not hostile, are they? What are they going to do? What do I tell people? They're all asking. I don't know what to say. A little help, please? Abe. Out of strawberries. I just wanted to let you know that we've gone through the last of the freeze-dried strawberries. Some of the crew have been pressuring me to open up the seed vault so Janet can plant more, but I have to tell them I can't. Even if I wanted to, there's a risk that we'd lose more than just the strawberries. I figure it's worth mentioning just in case people get desperate. Daisuke. And urgent actions, no urgent actions in queue.
Just because our equipment's old.
Literally stripped me.
Doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Oh, and there was this thing here too. Oh, Captain's Key.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
There's no door to your room? Nice. Kinda useless. What does it look like? Ah, pretty much just a regular pistol. Might as well take it. Ha. Alright, I'm gonna wake you up.
No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
The grav driver is installed. You should be all set now.
Well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
Where will you go now?
We don't yet know, but we did receive a star map from the Paradiso engineers. I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso. Purima 2 here.
No problem at all. Glad it worked out.
Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
Give me 2 baseballs? What? So she's basically giving me a bunch of junk. Antique piggy bank, antique earth soccer ball, antique earth baseball, basketball. Hockey sticks. So where are they gonna go?
That planet was not right for us anyway. No doubt the next one will be.
Why do you need a new home instead of just assimilating into modern society?
That's a good question. But I firmly believe that establishing our own home is what our ancestors would want for us. I think that we will assimilate to some degree, particularly when it comes to trade and exchange of ideas. However, we've fared by ourselves for so long, it would be unreasonable for our people to give up our own sovereignty in favor of a completely different society's rules and expectations. It may seem like it's about me maintaining control, but it's more about avoiding massive culture shock.
Yeah, it's understandable.
We'll get there, but we'll need to ease into it so future generations can reap the benefits.
It's like a guy that's been in prison for like 60 years and then they suddenly come out and they don't know what to do. How's your crew holding up?
Understandably, some are disappointed that we gave up our home, but I think I've managed to convince them that this will be best in the long term. I have no doubt that even if it takes more time, we will manage to find something even better. And it's important to remember we're still way ahead of our original schedule. Everything will be fine.
So now what? Where will you go?
Goodness, I'm not sure yet. We'll need to study our new star map. Then, well, I suppose we'll venture forth and try to find the perfect new home for us. It may take some time, but I'm confident we'll find something. And when we do, we'll find a shuttle to take us planetside. Thanks again for your help.
I wonder if we'll keep seeing the ship, because I don't want to leave the ship and like miss something and never be able to get back to it.
We were never trained.
You're less weird than I thought you would be.
I was just thinking of all the knowledge we can share between us and the other Earth survivors.
Getting a lot of
My mom and
landmark
dad were
stuff.
scared when you came on board. I don't know why.
The Yangs. Let's talk to Janet. Can I recruit you now?
Well, look who it is. The one who helped us out of our situation, leaving us to roam the galaxy forever.
No problem. I like
Sorry,
her.
I don't mean to be ungrateful or rude. I know it's not
I
your
like her
fault.
sarcasm.
You were just trying to help. It's me. I'm just frustrated.
You don't seem to be very happy with your life on the ECS constant.
Is it that obvious? Breckenridge is intent on finding a home just as perfect as Paradiso, and it's clear that's never going to happen. I'd love to leave. But outside of you and the occasional passing trade ships we make contact with, there aren't any ways off this ship.
Join my
And besides, Breckenridge forbids it. I've tried.
I can take care of her.
She
I can take
insists
her
we
out.
stay together for the sake of the community. I'm stuck here.
Huh. Is it really so bad on the ship?
Oh my god, yes! It's all I've ever known. But I feel a deep need to get out of here. I can't explain it. Maybe it was all those movies I saw as a kid. Green meadows, beaches, lush forests, mountains. I've always wanted to experience these things. And we were so close to it, damn it! I could almost feel it. So yeah, I'm done with this place.
I wonder if I can convince Captain Breckenridge to let you leave.
It's a long shot. You've dealt with her. You know she can be stubborn. But then again, you did make her see reason before and set us on this path. Maybe you can do it again and fix this mess. Sorry, I know it may not sound like it, but I'd actually be really grateful to you if you succeed.
The captain just needs an outside perspective. I'm confident we can get her to see reason here and convince her to let you leave.
Escape from the endless voyage. Speak with Diana.
Oh, what am I gonna do? I can't connect these people all by myself?
Hey!
I guess I'll speak to Abe.
Oh, hi! Hello! You're the alien. Sorry, old habit. Let me start over. You're the person who helped us with our little dilemma, aren't you?
Are you okay?
It's fine! I'm just a bundle of nerves still. Things haven't changed too much since we decided to look for a new planet to call home. People still come to me with their problems and concerns. Abe, when are we gonna get there? Abe, can we find a planet with animals? Abe, I'm sick of this ship and want to be anywhere but here, and so on and so forth. It's fine, it's my job, but it's stressful, and I'm already a pretty anxious guy to begin with. Just ask my husband.
It's okay. Let's just move on.
Sorry, yeah. Deep breath. Here we go. I'm Abe. Levitz. Abe Levitz, cabin manager on board the ship. So, I'm happy to help you with anything you need during your stay with us.
Can I get my own room? Thanks, I'll keep you in mind.
I'm happy to schmooze with you anytime.
I don't recognize some of the words you're using. Can you help me out?
Oh? Oh, you must mean the Yiddish. It's an old family tradition. The Levitts have been trying to keep it alive for hundreds of years now. See, we didn't think the language would survive if we didn't, so we charged ourselves with preserving it. It's a point of pride for our family, and something I'd like to pass on to others so they don't forget. Like my great-great-great-great-grandmother's latke recipe.
Did people really think I was some sort of alien?
People didn't know what to think. Here we are, minding our own business out in deep space, all alone. Then we hear some sort of garbled transmissions on the radio, real screechy, real inhuman-sounding stuff. Then you show up? People had all sorts of fakakta theories. Aliens, time travelers, you name it. We watch a lot of old movies, so... Anyway, it spooked the bejesus out of us because we were expecting to find nobody.
Can you tell me more about yourself?
Me? Hey, well, there's not much to say. I take care of people here. I live with my husband, Daisuke. No kids. Though that might change now that we no longer need to worry about resources so much. Instead, I get to spend time with everyone and their families here. They call me their bubby because I'm like the grandmother they never had.
Bubby?
I may have had something to do with that nickname.
What do you do as cabin manager?
Ah, glad you asked! I coordinate cabin maintenance, plan activities, even help settle domestic disputes. It's a demanding job, but in short, I'm here to keep people happy. I try to keep both the kids and adults entertained. Scavenger hunts, sing-alongs, fun little art projects, you name it. We also have regular media nights where a historian, Julia Yang, screens old movies, plays music, and exposes us to other Earth media.
Sounds like you need help with something.
Oh, you heard? I was just kvetching to myself. Mostly I just need to find someone with a ship, but hey, you're someone with a ship, aren't you?
Does he want to get off too? I am, just tell me what you need.
I'll save you the spiel, but ever since we found out that people exist out there, the crew's been asking me if we could track down possible relatives. I made the mistake of looking some up, and now they want to connect with them. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to schlep anyone back and forth, but could you deliver these messages for us to connect our crew with their relatives?
Yeah, I can do that. You want me to ambush people with news of lost relatives? I'll do it. Just tell me where to go and who to find.
Oh, you're such a mensch! Thank you! Let me get you the letter and the information you'll need to track down the relative.
That seems like a fun task to do if I have time. I'm just gonna keep waking you up.
Safe travels to you. My crew may not realize it now, but we will be much happier with a home of our own.
Janet wants to leave. I told her I'd talk to you about it.
I'm well aware of Janet's desire to leave. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. For the sake of our mission and community, we need to stay together. Each member of our community is valuable, especially Janet. If she left, we'd be at least a couple of weeks behind in food production while we trained someone to fill her role. But I suppose if you brought us more food staples to tide us over while that happens, we could do it. Say, a large quantity of potatoes?
Where am I pulling out 50 potatoes? What? How? This should ensure you have adequate food while you train someone else.
Sorry, that's not going to be enough.
Okay.
If we're really going
I
to
was
do
like,
this,
what?
you'll need to bring me more. Let me know when you've got what I'm asking for.
Okay, whatever. I'll end the video here. I'll bring the
Never
potatoes
seen a
next
ship like
time.
yours before. Well, then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
You know what? Never mind.
We've roamed the stars for almost 200 years. What's... Well, if you could...
Let's try to persuade. I think you should consider just letting her go.
I'll be the judge of that.
Please, for Janet?
I know, but I don't think so. This is more complicated than you seem to understand.
Janet's really not happy. You don't want her disposition to jeopardize your mission.
I suppose not. It would be bad for all of us if she slipped into depression.
Come on, please, think of Janet.
It's not a definite no. I just need to think about it some more.
We'll choose this one.
Yeah, I hope so.
Just gonna start throwing out jokes out there.
That's a good one.
What?
Well, you've got away with words, I'll give you that.
Ha, scammed you out of
Once again,
potatoes.
you've convinced me to do the right thing. And while I'm not happy about letting one of our own go, I think you're right. It's for the best. Let her know she's free to leave on the next ship willing to take her. I just hope this doesn't prompt others to want to leave as well.
You've made a wise choice, Captain.
I'm willing to take her. Janet's the best. Wait. Where is that?
Came on board when our ancestors left Earth. We only had room for people.
What about the new planet? Will there be animals there?
Maybe. We don't know yet for sure. But if there are, they probably look a lot different than the animals we studied.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Are we listening to them from below the classroom? Whatever.
It'll be a miracle if you can get through to Captain Brackenridge.
I spoke with Diana. She's willing to let you go on the next ship willing to take you.
Wait, for real? How? I thought I was going to have to escape on my own somehow, but if she's given me her blessing, that's even better.
I made a compelling case for you. She agreed. Yeah, I ended up with a joke too.
If I'm being honest, I should have known you can do it. After all, you're the reason we're still out here. I heard about what you did for us, getting that grav drive or whatever. I was kind of hoping you'd overhear me and offer to help earlier. I probably should have just asked you, but I guess I'm not good at asking for help. Anyway, thanks for helping me. I know you didn't need to.
What about your sister?
Julia? Oh, she'll be fine. She loves this stupid ship. I've tried talking her into coming with me, but she won't budge. Like almost everyone else, she believes in the original mission. Whatever. I'm sure I'll hear news of the Constant's whereabouts. Maybe I'll even come back to visit. She's my sister, after all.
What are you going to do next?
No idea. One of the techs who helped retrofit the grav drive onto the Constant mentioned a place called New Atlantis.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll check it out. It sounded interesting. Anyway, seems like a good place to start, especially if I want to find a job that isn't farming.
No problem. I wish you luck wherever you find yourself.
Thanks again. I'm going to need it. It's a whole new world out there. I hope we meet again someday.
I got more junk. Huh.